Hello everyone, this setup here is the Class D RF power generator I made. Power supply is this 24 volts 15 amps switch mode power supply, and this is positive negative through this filter, common mode filter, and fed to the Class D amplifier. And here is the control power supply, 12 volts 2 amps, also through this common mode filter to this board. You can see this is the driving part of the generator, the driving chips and the driving resistors. I explained this part of the circuit and this part of the circuit detailedly in my previous video. The 12 volts power comes in here, fed to the 4 driving chips, and also fed to this board, the driving board. 2 flip-flop chips and oscillator. Also a voltage regulator and 4 potentiometers for adjust the pulse-wise and the phase angle. This is the tank circuit. You can see the tank coil, and under the coil there's the tank capacitors. Output is through these 2 ceramic capacitors and the coax cable here to homemade balun. This one here is a 1-to-4 balun, and output goes into these 2 resistors, and the oscilloscope is measuring the waveform on the resistors. You can see it's on 5 volts, and the probe is times 10. You can't see it clearly, but I know that. So we can calculate the power on 2 resistors to around 300 watts. You remember here about 2.7 times 5 times 10 and square, and you divide that by 2 and by the resistance, we can get around 300 watts. That's all about my Class D RF generator, and only a little problem is that this common mode choke actually gets very hot. It's very hot, a bit uncomfortable to touch for too long time. Very hot, and this choke actually is slightly warm, maybe around 30 degrees. This one here maybe around 60 or 70 degrees. I don't know why. Maybe the different material, or this core is too small, or something else. I don't know why this on these 2 cables there are such high power RF current. I don't know why. I have many decoupling capacitors here, and I don't know why it still has the RF current through this choke. On today, I also bought some RF chips here. RF transistors. You can take a look that this one is MRF 1K50H and also 1K50H. Each one will deliver 1550 watts RF power from 1.8 to 500 megahertz. Made by Amplon or NXP. That is the same company. These 2 chips I decided to use each one. I decided to make a shortwave band amplifier using 2 chips. Actually, people use only one of these transistors because actually inside the transistor there are 2 MOSFETs, and I decide to parallel these 2 and these 2, and I get 2 MOSFETs actually. I use 2 of them to make around 2.5 kilowatt RF amp. I will design the board in the coming days. Thanks for watching.